Hello and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 145 of our trek, and yesterday we explored the 9 nuggets that are more valuable than money. Today we will learn how to become a miracle worker. If you miss any of the days of our Wisdom Trek, please go to the wisdom-trek.com or subscribe at iTunes or Spreaker so that you can get caught up. If you have any of your own observations, comments, or questions as we explore these nuggets of wisdom, please share them with us on the comment section of the daily journal pages on wisdom-trek.com. We are recording our podcast from our studios at Home 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina. As we finish out a busy week of work, even with the many side trails that we inevitably end up taking on our daily treks, we are heading in the right direction and making progress. We will be heading back to the big house on Friday as we finish the preparations for Dad's 85th birthday celebration. We are blessed to spend this time together as a family honoring Dad, his powerful contribution in our lives. On our trek today, we are enjoying the changing seasons, the crisp air of fall, the beautiful leaves that are turning bright yellows and reds, the ability to relish life in all its grandeur. Life in itself is a miracle, and we need to make sure that we take time each day to be thankful for all the miracles that we are experiencing, both small and large. Regardless of our age or status in life, our ability to perform some sort of labor, whether it is little or much, has the capability to make an impact on our world, and indeed the entire world, to bring about miracles in the lives of others. As we continue with our training that I have gained through one of my mentors, Jim Rohn, along with my own experiences, we will explore our role in the working of miracles. On the trail of life, we see miracles all around us. But have you ever wondered about the labor that works miracles? As we head into the fourth quarter of this year, we start considering some of the tax consequences of our business for the year. While I don't think any of us really enjoy paying taxes, we certainly do like some of the benefits that we receive from the taxes that we do pay. Most of us would like to experience the phenomena at tax time to have our taxes paid miraculously, but that's not how it really works. But in another situation recorded in the Bible, in the Good News according to Matthew, who himself was a former tax collector, shares this story, which is recorded in chapter 17, verses 24 through 27. Now the tax collectors were out doing their work, and they accused Jesus of not paying his share of taxes. Now, although technically Jesus wasn't required to pay this tax, in verse 27, Jesus said, "However, we don't want to offend them, so go down to the lake and throw in a line. Open the mouth of the first fish that you catch, and you will find a large silver coin. Take it and pay the tax for both of us." We read in this passage that Jesus' disciple Peter came to him and said it was time to pay the taxes, but they had no money. In response to his disciple's statement, Jesus said, "No problem." Now why could he say, "No problem"? Well, word had it that Jesus was a miracle worker. If you hand a problem to a miracle worker, what they are inclined to say is, "No problem." It is good when we are able to hang out with people like that. I do not want to minimize the miracles of Jesus at all, because they were truly miracles. When you really think about creation and so much that goes around us, then we can see miracles every day. God works through faithful and gifted individuals to bring about what is considered miracles to others. The question is, are you allowing miracles to be worked through you? Since I had 36 years of experience in technology, some may look at what I am able to perform on computers as miracles. But unlike Jesus, it has taken me many years to gain these miracle abilities and skills. Those individuals who have honed their skills can appear to be miracle workers. If you hand them a problem, guess what they say? No problem. How many books will they read to solve a problem? As many as it takes. If they need to consult someone, how much consulting will they do? As much as it takes. How early will they get up? As early as it takes. No problem. You need to surround yourself with people like that. You cannot believe the thrill of being associated with these miracle workers. People who will do whatever it takes to get the job done and perform miracles. This association also allows you to become good at your craft. When asked about paying the taxes, Jesus said, "No problem." In fact, he said, "It is going to be easy." He told Peter to just go fishing. Now, it couldn't have been any easier than that, especially for this disciple, because Peter was a fisherman by trade. Now, if you can fish, and you should fish, but you don't fish, then that is why you do not get the miracles that you expect. But Jesus told his disciple to go fishing, and that the first fish that he caught, to look in its mouth. Peter, who was getting used to these strange happenings and miracles, agreed to go. Well, the first fish that Peter catches, he looks in its mouth and finds this large silver coin. Then Peter realizes that the coin was the exact amount enough to pay his and Jesus' taxes. Once again, I am in no way minimizing the miracles of Christ, but we would say in this instance, wow, that is a miracle. Here's why we call it a miracle, simply because we don't quite understand how it works. And that is all. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work, it just means that we don't quite understand how it works, which is true of all miracles. It was no problem for Jesus. In fact, for most of us, our whole life is a miracle. And how about this miracle? God says, if you plant a seed, I will make a tree. Well, you can't have a better arrangement than that. First, he gives God the tough end of the deal. What if you had to make a tree? That would keep you up late at night trying to figure out how to make a tree. God says, no, leave the miracle part to me. I've created the seed, the soil, the sunshine, the rain, and the season. I am God, and all this miracle stuff is easy for me. I have reserved something very special for you, though, and that is to plant the seed. So are you fulfilling your part in God's miracles? I have found in life that if you want a miracle, you first need to do whatever it is that you can. If that is to plant, then plant. If that is to read, then read. If it is to change, then change. If it is to study, then study. If it is to work, then work. Whatever you have to do. And then you will be well on your way of doing the labor that works miracles. Even in the miracle of new life in Christ, we must do our part, but it is God who performs the miracle. As the Apostle Paul wrote in his first letter to the Colossians in chapter 3, verses 6 through 8. He said, I planted the seed in your hearts, and Apollos watered it, but it was God who made it grow. It is not important who does the planting or who does the watering. What's important is that God makes the seed grow. The one who plants and the one who waters works together with the same purpose, and both will be rewarded for their own hard work. So on our trek today, we discovered our part in becoming a miracle worker. There is much that we don't understand yet, but as we grow in wisdom and insight, we will come to understand our part in the miracle process. We must continue to learn, so join us on our trail tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy, and we will be discovering the true cost of ignorance. And that'll finish our podcast for today. Remember to listen to your daily dose of wisdom at wisdom-trek.com or subscribe at iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spreaker, or YouTube. And by subscribing, these episodes will be downloaded to you automatically each day. And I would like to ask you to please share Wisdom Trek with your family and friends, either through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person as you meet with them, and ask them to come along with us each day on our Wisdom Trek. The journal for today's trek can be found at wisdom-trek.com, and thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I consider you my friend as I serve you through this Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As we trek together, let us always live abundantly or fully, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.